Alright, welcome everyone. I am actually going to be casting a game for you guys by myself. I usually try to cast with Sotir, but I am going to do this by myself this time because he was unavailable. So, this is for the Raise Your Weapon tournament, and it's a single elimination, and there are, I think, 8 teams in this, or wait, no, there are 6. Yeah, there are 8 teams, so there are 4 games going on right now. And so, yeah, so here are the picks and bans for you right now. The first ban is Warwick. Warwick is very good in the jungle and very good in top lane, and can really harass and sustain really well top. So he's seen as a pretty common ban. Yorick also being banned out from purple team, also very good up at top. We've also seen Yorick support as well, and his ult is very good. It can be used on the AD carry and sometimes on the AP carry, so they really want to take that out. And Yorick was really annoying in lane, either top or as support, so it's really tough to deal with. Morgana being banned out, pretty common ban, is really good in lane, is really tough to gank because she has that black shield that makes her immune to spells, at least until the black shield is broken. And now the Riven ban also went out from purple team, and Riven is usually taken top or in the jungle. Riven is really strong top, and there have actually been more people trying her out in the jungle, and I mean, she is a decent jungler. She has the stun and she has that knockback, so it's a pretty good choice for a ban. Udyr also being banned out, also another champion that can go either in the top lane or in the jungle. And Poppy being the last ban. We've actually seen a lot of Poppy players recently because I mean, people realize how strong she can get if she gets the farm, because her passive just makes her so tanky and able to take a lot of damage without dying, and her burst is huge, and her ultimate is just so useful for focusing down somebody and just preventing other people from doing damage to her. Alright, so we have Taric being first picked pretty quickly, and I mean, this is just a support pickup. Really hard to counterpick a support. Sometimes you see people taking Sivir to counter the Taric because you can see the stun coming and spell shield it, but this time we see that Hatris' team has chosen to go with a Graves Soraka lane. Soraka can give Graves the mana to use his spells, and that allow him to really use that combination of quick draw and buckshot to really do a lot of damage to the enemy AD carry, and it'll also allow him to really harass a lot with his spells and to use his smoke screen as well. So we actually see Ashe being picked up for the other team. We see that, and then that'll be the bot lane of Ashe and Taric. Jax being picked up, being shown, Smite being shown for Jax right now. So a Smite exhaust combination of summoner spells being shown. But I actually don't know these teams very well, so I can't tell you who their jungler is, who their support is, and all that. But I mean, Jax can go in the jungle and can actually provide pretty good ganks. Can jump on somebody.
Hello, summoners and summonettes. This is Monte Cristo with GG Crackle.
Now we see on the other side we have Xerath being shown, and as well as a Nautilus. Nautilus has been seen a lot in the jungle. He has really good ganks. He has a lot of CC. He has that passive which can provide CC, as well as the dredge line, as well as the slow. So it's a pretty good choice for the jungle. He doesn't exactly clear the fastest, which might be one thing against him. But again, I mean, Jax is also somebody who might be looking to gank. But actually, Shen being picked up. Shen was not banned, although Shen has been banned a lot lately, but looks like, so that really left him open for Hatris to take. And I mean, Shen can go in the jungle or he can go top. Right now, the person who has taken Shen is showing Smite, which implies that he's going to go in the jungle, but there can be switches. So we'll see where he goes soon. Now, Cassiopeia is being shown. Cassiopeia is really good as an AP mid. She does a lot of damage and is able to do a lot of harass. Her poison and her twin fangs can really just drop people down really low, and as long as she can really, you know, farm up lane and push lane with that poison as well, and then just gank other lanes. So it's a really good pick. We'll see if that is locked in, and it is, and it also looks like we will see a Gangplank up top. Now, the last pick here is Nautilus being shown, and Nautilus was being considered for the third pick, actually, before it was changed to Shen, and they might just want to go for the Nautilus here. Send Nautilus in the jungle, put Shen up top, and that would be a pretty good combination. Or it could be Shen in the jungle and Nautilus up top. Nautilus up top is not isn't the most common thing in the world, but it has been seen before and it works, so it could happen. And Nautilus actually has pretty good AP scaling on his abilities. I think even if you only get one hit with his W, that is a pretty good AP ratio. I forgot what the exact numbers were, but it's one of the best out there. And if he gets multiple hits, that's really good for it's just really good in terms of items. Now we actually see Nautilus being switched up with the Shen, so he is going to go in the jungle. Shen will be up top, and Bosscow on Xerath is going to go mid with the bot lane of Graves and Soraka. Now on the other side, again, we see Jack's going to go in the jungle, Cassiopeia going mid, and the Gangplank going top, and the bot lane, again, is Taric and Ashe. Now, one interesting thing to note is that Jax has taken Smite and Exhaust, so that means he does not have Flash, as is common in a lot of people taking, a lot of junglers like to go with Smite Flash. He's going for Smite Exhaust, really relying on that Leaf Strike to help him escape or to help him close distances. And I mean, as long as he carries a ward with him, that's basically a Flash that he can take with him at all times because he can jump to wards. So we'll see how he utilizes that ability here. Now, on the other side, we see Soraka with a heal flash and Graves with ignite flash. So, there's a lot of people like to put that ignite on the AD carry, so that heal on Soraka isn't going to help out Graves as much, but I mean, the ignite on Graves is to just help the AD carry get the kills. The other side, though, we see that Ashe is taking the heal this time, and Taric takes the exhaust. That's because the exhaust on the support can exhaust while the AD carry can carry the heal, because it heals more if it's used by the person who's healing. We also see that Shen is taking ignite flash. Now Shen has his ultimate, so that even though Gangplank has teleport, that doesn't mean Shen doesn't have as much mobility as Gangplank in terms of coming down for maybe a dragon or something like that. And because of Shen's ability to basically go anywhere his teammates are, he's in late game, he is going to be able to split push, and is going to be able to, if say Gangplank wants to split push with his teleport, he's going to be able to go there and stop him and be back in time for team fights. So now we have about a minute left in the delay before we bring these games. So yeah, just a little bit more time, but I apologize for not knowing more about these two teams. I didn't have much time to research them as much. So I mean, I'm not really sure about their individual skill levels. Maybe one of them had a really good Poppy or something, and that's why it was banned out. I'm not sure, but these are the champion choices, and we'll really get to see how things work out with these. Yeah, so I mean, in terms of overall matchups, one thing that I'm really interested in seeing is the Xerath and Cassiopeia matchup, because Xerath really isn't seen as much. A lot of his damage is reliant on his ultimate, so I mean, if you don't land the ultimate, then you really don't do enough damage as an AP carry. But he does have a lot of range. He can poke really well, and really he can just stay back and farm if he's getting harassed too much. And it'd be interesting to see that dynamic with Cassiopeia, because what Cassiopeia really likes to do is to harass people down and to use that poison and those twin fangs to get people really low. So it would be interesting to see if Xerath is able to just farm from a distance, and when he needs to, just use that ultimate well to take down Cassiopeia. Alright, so looks like we're gonna get into the game now. We have some skins on blue side, but besides the Frozen Shen on purple side, it's the only skin there. One thing I've actually wondered a lot is whether, because I think Jax's joke is something like, or taunt, I forget which, but it's something along the lines of, imagine if I had a real weapon. And I've always wondered what he said when you're using a skin that he has a real weapon with, because some skins actually do have real weapons. So just something that I wondered. But looks like we're gonna get started really soon. Thanks for watching. Again, this is the Raise Your Weapon tournament. I think they're trying to make this a bi-weekly thing, so should be a lot of fun. I encourage you guys to watch other games. There are a couple other games going on right now. This is GG Chronicle 3. There are games going on in GG Chronicle 1 and GG Chronicle 2 as well. I believe KDH and Monte Cristo are casting one of them, and Optimus Tom and Ponophobia are casting the other. I myself am casting this by myself because Sotir could not make it. But hopefully I'll be able to bring you a good game nonetheless. Please forgive me if I miss anything, because this is actually my first time casting by myself. So we'll see if I am able to bring you a good game despite being alone. Alright, we'll see if either team decides to go for an invade. Nautilus has some pretty good CC, and we could have a possibility of a taunt at level 1 from Shen, so it's a pretty good level 1 fight. On the other hand, we have a slow and a stun from blue team, so looks like they're going to just camp in this bush. Nautilus is going to come out here looking to protect, really, and some pings going down, but actually Tarek are going to lead the charge, and they're going to find Nautilus here. Stun doesn't come out just yet, a little bit of poke coming down from Xerath, and they're just going to chase away everybody else. Soraka and Graves are backing off as well. So a little ward goes down so that they know, but they are able to kill that ward immediately, so that is not only a wasted ward, but they do not have vision of it anymore. And now it looks like the Nautilus is going to come over here and start on red side, while a ward comes down so that they have vision of that blue buff. So what this really does is this allows them to get vision of blue buff. They back off so that they can get to their own jungles, so that, for example, Nautilus doesn't just go straight for the other blue. So now they can just, do their own jungle route as normal, and then they'll be able to see what stage of the jungle they're in, well, really, when they start their own blue, so that they might have a chance to go steal it. They might go for a counter jungling opportunity, and really this is just to basically give them a better idea of where the enemy jungler is, and just to have better control over the jungle overall. But now it actually looks like after taking the raids, Nautilus is going to come back here and go for this blue buff. So really, the blue team does see this, but they're not in position to steal it or anything like that. So he's just going to put some damage on it and then be able to take this blue buff. So a little bit of an invade is going to help them out. Actually, Jax is going to come over and go for this red buff because he knows Nautilus is over down taking his own blue and going to go to his own wolves. So he's going to come in here and start this red buff in the bushes, and he should be pretty safe right now. He's going to pull it out pretty far, and he's just going to start it out. Ðantę is coming over, and so he might be in a little bit of trouble if Xerath does come to help, but right now he's pretty safe. Yep, and he does smite it, so he takes that for a pretty successful counter-jungling effort. Now he's going to come up top, and Shen does not know this, and he's going to go probably for a gank on Shen, and it looks like Shen is putting some pretty good harass on Gangplank, but this gank is going to come down. He does go in with the exhaust, and the stun is going to come out, and that gives first blood to Gangplank, and that is going to help him out a lot up at top lane. Down over in the other lanes, we see Xerath able to use his range and poke down at Cassiopeia. Cassiopeia throwing a bit of poison out, but Xerath able to dodge nimbly around that. Xerath opting to go for the boots and pots start, really to help him dodge those dodge the poison from Cassiopeia. Jax again is going for another counter jungling effort. He's waiting for these raids to come back up, but I mean, Nautilus took them pretty recently, so it's going to be a little while before that happens. So now down at bot, we see that lane is pretty pushed to the tower. Graves farming at tower a little bit. We see in terms of CS, Ashe has almost double of Graves' CS, so Ashe doing a pretty good job with Tariq's help right now. And I mean, Tariq is really helping him out a little bit, but really the Graves-Soraka combination aren't going to get pushed out of lane. They have too much sustain there, and really the Soraka is going to help Graves give him a lot of health and mana. So over back at mid, we see that Xerath and Cassiopeia are about even in gold. Xerath has had to use a health potion already, but not too much of a worry there. Little ward coming down from Nautilus to help give Xerath some vision, and he's going to try to go for a gank. A stun comes down from Xerath, and he's going to put the ignite on. The Dredgeline comes out, capturing that Cassiopeia, and he does flash away, but Xerath, actually the Nautilus comes in and finishes up that kill, so that evens up the kill score 1-1. And now Jax is going to come here to cover this lane, and should be fine there. Now back up at top, looks like they're trying to do their harass. The knives going out from Shen and the parlay coming out from Gangplank. Over at mid, we actually saw Jax being really aggressive and putting a lot of damage on this Xerath, forcing him to go back as he uses his health potion to take this CS. So he's just gonna, he might actually choose to push this lane, but no, he's just going to leave this for Cassiopeia. Nautilus comes in over to cover for the Xerath. And looks like Gangplank's just here farming by tower pretty fine. Actually, over at mid, we see a lot of aggression, some poison going down on Nautilus, but he's just going to come back as Xerath is there to take back his lane. Now, Shen went back already, going to get that Ninja Tabby and that Ruby Crystal, and that's going to really help him out in lane a lot. That Ninja Tabby is going to be good for against that parlay harass, and Gangplank is pretty low on mana right now, so it's going to help him stay in lane longer and just prevent the harass from pushing him out of lane later on. Looks like down at bot we see Jax trying to go in for a gank. Looks like the purple team doesn't have any wards there, but Graves is just good. Oh no, he does quick draw, but gets jumped on by Jax. Is going to back up and be fine though. So Xerath over at mid doing a pretty good job of harassing the Cassiopeia and really just forcing her to go back and landing those Arcanal pulses and really doing a good job, taking her down to about half health and forcing her to use those potions. He has about 42 CS to Cassiopeia's 33, so he's doing a really good job of preventing her from getting CS and CSing himself. Now, overall, in terms of gold, they are even in kills, but there's about a 500k difference in gold because partly of the First Blood, and partly of the CS difference, because we see that Ashe is doing a pretty good job of keeping Graves away from the CS and of CSing herself. So has about a 15,000, about 12, or 17, sorry, CS lead now. We see actually that the Jax is going to come in here, place down a vision ward, and is going to try to go for a counter jungling effort. But both the Xerath and the Nautilus are here. Nautilus is going to catch him, uses that counter strike to get the stun off, but is going to jump to the Xerath, and a lot of damage going down on Xerath after he's exhausted while he's using that ultimate. But the efforts of Cassiopeia and of Jax are able to help take down the Nautilus as well. Shen coming in and is going to be taken down very low, and the ultimate coming down from the Gangplank. Is it going to be enough to do the damage? No, a feint helps him get away, as Cassiopeia is coming up here now, though, as Shen isn't out of trouble yet. The poison coming out, he just dives, puts out that Twin Fangs, but another feint helps him to take some damage, and looks like she does back off just in time. And Astro did come out to try to help, but Shen was nowhere near there, so he is able to come back and be just fine. And one of the things that we noticed about that last fight was that Cassiopeia followed Xerath up front mid. So she got there, she was able to use her ult, and really Jax got really low because the Xerath and Nautilus really caught him in the jungle. But because Cassiopeia came up and was able to bring help, that resulted in 2 kills for the blue side. Now, meanwhile, down at bot, we see that Ashe is still has a pretty decent lead in CS. Is going to pick up a couple Doran's Blades, and that's going to really help her out. Going to help out her early game. And Graves is a much better early game champion than Ashe, which is why it's really advantageous for Ashe to get this early game advantage, because it's going to allow her to scale a lot better late game. And late game she's going to offer a lot of utility. She has that ultimate that is amazing for initiations, and that's constant slow as well as the volley. So really going to be useful late game as long as she gets the items, and it's looking like she is going to, because she is getting that CS and preventing Graves from getting CS. Looks like Nautilus is going to come over here, puts down a ward, really gets vision. Actually, Xerath's going to come in with that ultimate, and the ultimate coming down from Nautilus as well, popping it up, and actually the dredge line isn't able to catch her, and he falls as the tower is able to take hits on her. Now, the final hit from Xerath is able to take her out, but Gangplank comes in and finishes off the Xerath. So an excellent ultimate from Cassiopeia is able to freeze that Nautilus and really keep him there as the tower just pounded on him. So it gives another 2 kills for blue side, and now that's going to mean they can take this dragon, as they do not have a jungler to worry about, and they don't even care if they have vision of it, which they do with the ward. But they take that dragon for free, and now a ping going down over on bot lane, as Ping's going down to tell them to be careful. Actually, an Astro coming down, hitting Graves, and now Graves is in a lot of trouble, flashes away, getting that heal from Soraka, but looks like a lot of slows coming down, and he does finally fall to Ashe. The Jax looked like really low, but he's able to actually juke that Xerath and then jump over to Ashe. A great move, allowing him to get away. And looks like they might actually try to turn this around. Xerath has to get back, getting a heal from Soraka, but both teams looking to get back. Jax puts down a ward before coming back. And while all of this was happening, the Shen was pushing top, as he should, because Gangplank came down to help with Dragon. So he went up top and decided to just take this tower, and really that kind of offset some of the losses from losing that first Dragon. So right now, it looks like Nautilus is camping this mid, and actually the ultimate coming down from Xerath, and Nautilus is going to get that snare. He does get that dredge line on a minion though, and the ultimate coming down on Xerath is actually going to help Cassiopeia take out that Xerath. And now an ultimate coming down on Jax, who is also still very low, and exhaust going down on the Nautilus, and he's just dropping very low as well, but he's going to be back in time. and the tower helping Cassiopeia take out Shen, as the purple team is just diving too far in these, as Cassiopeia is able to use her ultimate very effectively and really just take out people with the help of the turret. So right now, a lot of action going down in mid lane. Cassiopeia is 4-2-2, and that means that she already has a Giant's Belt built up. That Giant's Belt actually could be a lot of things. With the Amplifying Tomb and the Lasting Wand, looks like she's going to go for an early Rylai's, but there have been some people that have liked building Warmog's armor. I mean, right now it's pretty much almost certain to be a Rylai's, but a lot of people do like building tankier items on Cassiopeia because she has so much damage without even needing the items for it. So those 4 kills really helping her to get those items pretty quickly. On the other hand, we see that Xerath only has 3 Doran's rings, and really those are really useful for him, but they aren't going to help him out later on. Cassiopeia has all those items plus 2 Doran's rings, and it's really going to help her assert her dominance in this mid lane even more. See some harass going down from either side on top lane. And in terms of CS, they're pretty even, 95 to 97, but Gangplank does have those 3 kills, and that has allowed him to get that Phage already, and that Phage is going to be huge because the Parallel does proc on hit effects, which means that he can get Phage procs with that as well. And actually here, catching the Soraka and actually doing a lot of damage, getting her down to about 1/4 of her health before she has to fall back. But Soraka does have the heals, is going to be able to sustain that back up. Up at top, we see Jax coming in for a gank. That stun is going to go down, and a lot of damage going down on Shen, but he is pretty tanky at this point, so he's going to be able to just walk away. He does have a Heart of Gold, as well as the components for an Aegis of the Legion, so it looks like that'll be his next big item. The Nautilus is coming up here, maybe looking for a chance for a counter gank, but now it looks like they're just going to both back off. Actually, the Xerath coming in, using that ultimate, and they both are pretty low, so Cassiopeia is just going to back off. The Nautilus and the Shen are here as well, so that's a pretty smart move, as Cassiopeia doesn't want to die and doesn't want to give away that blue buff. Looked like Nautilus was looking for a chance to dive, but has to fall back as Cassiopeia has recalled. So down at bot, we see that Ashe has still kept that good gold advantage. She has a BF sword as well as the 2 Doran's blades. Graves has 3 Doran's blades but doesn't have that BF sword yet, so a pretty big advantage for Ashe. Now it looks like Nautilus is going to come in here for gank. That Judge Light coming down is going to be able to get some AC on, but gets stunned in tower range once again and is going to have to fall back. But Gangplank coming down with the teleport, that was a poor choice as all of Purple Team was there. He has to back off after taking a lot of damage, but now it looks like Blue Team is the one on the chase. The ultimate coming out from Gangplank, able to put down so many slows. The stun goes down on Soraka, and she is going to have to try to fall back, but Shen using that dash to get away, and the heals from Soraka helping Purple Team to stay alive. So looks like everybody is bot now, as the ultimate from Shen and the teleport from Gangplank. So they said Gangplank has the mobility with that teleport, but actually Shen being jumped on as a lot of damage goes out. But now it looks like they turn on him, Taric, and are able to take him out. So a lot of damage going down now as Xerath uses his ultimate. Now Purple Team is on the chase as they have the advantage, but they do back off. But as I was saying before, the Gangplank does have mobility with map mobility with that ultimate, but Shen also has that ultimate, so they are pretty much even in terms of being able to come down from top lane and help out these bot lane ganks. We also see that Jax has picked up an Oracles, and that's pretty huge because Jax has 5 assists right now, and that Oracles is really going to help him clear out wards, and so that extra gold is going towards just the effort of clearing out wards and really establishing map dominance. The only thing he has to be careful about is dying, because right now he isn't that tanky. Jax, the current incarnation of Jax, as opposed to Jax before, isn't as tanky, doesn't get that extra life, as he used to. So now he's going to have to be careful, and partially and mostly because he is a melee champion and does have to jump in there to do the damage. Now it looks like Purple Team is going to start this dragon. The ward goes down to, and Jax does see it. He's going to jump in there and go for that smite, and does actually smite it, but that is going to cost him the oracles as he is about to die, and he does as Xerath takes him out. So right now that dragon was actually really good for the blue team, because that was their second dragon that they took, and that gives them about a 3.5k gold advantage. Nautilus using his dredge line, actually using his ultimate, which wasn't going to come to anything because Cassiopeia was too far back, but right now it looks like blue team has a pretty good advantage, about 3.5k gold, about 3 kills ahead, and more importantly, the dragons helping them to establish a pretty good lead. But again, Jax had to sacrifice that oracles in order to get the dragon. Over here, we see the blue being donated to Xerath, and that's really going to help him really spam his spells and help him out. Actually, Tarek coming over here and maybe looking for a chance to steal it, but he wasn't able to. Now he and Ashe are going to have to back off. The dredge line coming in, catching Ashe though, and heal coming down, but looks like they are in a lot of trouble as Shen is coming down with his ultimate as well. And is he going to be able to get the taunt off? No, he's too far away. Tarek is still running away as there are 4 members of Purple Team coming in, and the dredge line comes out to help him, and Graves picking up that kill. Shen is still around up here top trying to pick off some members of the blue team, but nothing going there. He does attack with these minions, but looks like this red camp hasn't been cleared, so it isn't going to respawn for a while. Jax is probably going to come in here and want to clear that, but he just ignores it as he's trying to go for this Shen, who is now going to be fighting the gangplank over at mid, and nope, and he just backs off. Jax also is forced to, it actually just goes over to try to get Xerath, but Xerath backs off there, so nothing happened there. We see actually that Gangplank and Jax are trying to catch somebody, forcing that Xerath to flash away, and now they're going to back off a little bit, come back into this bush, come back around, maybe looking for a chance to get some hits on the turret and push down mid. Meanwhile, as all this was happening, the turret down at bot did go down, so that is 2 turrets to none, and that kind of offsets some of the gold disadvantage from not being able to take the dragons. Alright, so Cassiopeia does have a lot of kills with 4 kills and 2 assists. And that means she's already been able to finish her Rylai's. She does have a blue potion as well. But Xerath has about 15 more CS than her, which means he's getting closer to finishing that death cap. And he does have 2 kills and 3 assists as well, so has a decent amount of gold. If you look at the gold count, is about 400 behind, so it's not too far behind. Now, on the other hand, Ashe has already finished the Infinity Edge, while Graves only has a BF sword. Now, he does have 3 Doran's Blades, but those don't build into anything, and he is a lot further away from that endgame build, while Ashe is going to start doing a lot of damage with that Infinity Edge. So up near the river, we see the Ashe was trying to chase that Soraka down. Looks like it might be caught a little bit, but Shen able to take that arrow and really help tank it, while Xerath is taking a lot of damage, falling back. That Shen ultimate helping him stay alive as he takes out the Jax. Ashe does manage to take out the Nautilus in the end, but both sides, looks like blue side is backing off as blue team, you know, kind of had the tower advantage there as well, so didn't want to dive there. It's a 1-for-1 trade, but looked for a second like either the Ashe or the Xerath might have been caught out because they were trying to fire over the wall. And a lot of harass going down from Cassiopeia trying to throw out that poison, but right now, Ashe just going down bot, going to clear bot and get some more CS, trying to get more items as she gets stronger in the game. Now it looks like blue team isn't going to be able to do much, isn't doing much really to defend this tower, as purple team is getting a lot of free hits on it. Some harass coming down from Cassiopeia, but actually she gets stunned by Xerath and is taken out very quickly. The Shen taunts in, but that was not even necessary, as the ultimate did a lot of damage. And really, that's what you don't want to do against the Xerath, because if he lands that mage chains on you, he is able to get that stun, and from a very long distance. That Graves ult also went down, but was also too late, so able to burst down the Cassiopeia. And really, that's pretty good for the Xerath, as he's now even in kills. And if he goes back, he is going to be yep, he does get that death cap, so he's going to start doing a lot of damage from a pretty long range. So ping's going down to help to warn the Gangplank to fall back, and he is going to recall now. We see that only a difference in kills of 1, but about a 2k gold advantage because of those dragons. Although on the other hand, we have those towers taken down as well. So pretty close game here. Could go either way. We saw Cassiopeia get ahead to a pretty good lead in terms of kills, but Xerath has made a pretty good resurgence and has been able to get that death cap earlier. And looks like both teams are moving towards the dragon area. They both know that it is up, and they really want to take this objective right now. So, I mean, they were both kind of posturing towards the dragon. Looks like neither team wants to really start it. They know where they are. They know their general. They know that they're around in the general area. They're all just really hiding in the bushes, waiting for really something to happen. Maybe try to initiate a fight, or just get an advantage in terms of positioning. Now, looks like neither team is really too eager to do anything, though. Some wards going down. We see Shen coming up top, going to go top, and that's going to be fine because he does have that ultimate up. So if a fight breaks out, he's gonna be able to come down bot and help out. So it's an example of a little bit of split pushing that might happen. Now, Jax is waiting in this side bush, maybe waiting for a chance to come and gank, or just come and jump on somebody. Nautilus is coming in, and he's going to get caught by 3 members of blue, but the rest of purple team is there as well. Ash Arrow comes out, but Taric is dropping very low, dropping behind, and the Shen coming in and trying to pick up that kill, and does manage to do so. Meanwhile, a lot of action going down as the Gangplank does manage to get the kill on Nautilus, and now Ash is on the run and is going to have the Shen dashes over the wall, is going to give vision for Xerath to actually land that Arcano Pulse, and that helps Xerath come around and pick up that last kill on Ash. So now that is pretty good for purple team. They have evened up the kills, and now they can actually go for this dragon, as it looks like they are going to do. Shen and Graves are going to start this by themselves. The Gangplank is going to come down. He does not have his ult because he already used it in the previous fight, but looks like they can try to kind of challenge the Xerath, doing his best to really zone them out, and he's drawing the Gangplank away, and he's going to actually die to the Gangplank. And because of the kills that he got earlier, the Gangplank does get extra gold from the killing spree. But now looks like, actually, it looks like Jax might have come down and stolen that dragon, because the gold lead is about 3k, despite really only 1 kill going down. So that is pretty huge. Jack's doing a pretty good job of establishing control over these buffs and objectives, and really just has been doing an excellent job. He doesn't have any kills, but he's done a good job in ganking lanes and helping his team really develop an advantage in lanes. Now that is going to be their first turret, and that's going to give them even more of an advantage in gold, and is approaching about 4k now, which is getting to be somewhat significant. So now as the game goes on, actually an Ash Arrow comes down, actually catches Graves, but they're not going to be able to follow up on that because they're not near enough. So both teams around this river area maybe trying to catch somebody out of position. The Nautilus has picked up an Oracle's Elixir. Now Nautilus does have 4 deaths, but is starting to become tanky, so it's a pretty good choice to pick up that Oracle's. Shen now has already picked up that Randuin's Omen along with that Aegis of Legion and now a Negatron Cloak. So he's going to be really tanky. If he can get in there with his taunt, is going to be able to really shut down people and be able to cause a lot of disruption within the ranks of the blue team. Tarek has picked up that Oracle's Elixir, so he's going to pop that and is going to go around and try to clear some wards. So right now, looks like purple team is, despite being at a disadvantage, going to really try to push down mid right now, trying to take that tower, and a couple of hits from Graves, but they no longer have any minions. A couple more hits from the Nautilus is going to take it down, and that gives them 1 more turret. So looks like they have a pretty good wave clearing team with Xerath and Graves. On the other hand, we do also have Cassiopeia on the other side, but Purple's doing a good job of really pushing the mid lane and clearing creep waves. So right now, looks like blue team is trying to group up, maybe go towards the Baron area, and they're going to check this Baron pit for wards. The Tarek is going to go in there, he's going to find that ward, and they're going to carefully take it down. Yep, they do take it down. Ash uses that hawk shot to get some vision, and actually a bit of harass down from Xerath, but the blue team does have the positioning in terms of Baron. Ash Arrow coming down, gonna catch Graves, which is an excellent person to catch. Heal coming down from Soraka, but dashes out of the way, and now looks like the Xerath does fall, but the Jax does get taken down by Shen. And now Cassiopeia is in trouble. Shen coming down is so tanky, taking so much damage, but he has to fall back as he is. He can't take an infinite amount of damage. The Cassiopeia actually manages to take out Soraka as well, and the Shen falls to Gangplank eventually. Gangplank is also very tanky with that Warmong's armor, and also has the Trinity Force, so he's doing, as Freak would say, tons of damage. And now, with that 4-1 fight, blue team is going to turn around and go for this Baron. They're going to be able to take this for free because Graves is the only one up right now to challenge it. Xerath is going to come up right now, as is Nautilus, but not clearly they will not be in time to get here. Now, that team fight really started with Graves getting caught, and he was able to survive, he was able to dash out, but during that entire fight he had to retreat, so he was not doing any damage. And when your AD carry isn't doing any damage, your team fights aren't going to turn out well for you. So a great initiation by Ash to help this team really take that team fight and then turn around and take that Baron, and that gives them a huge lead now, a 6,000 gold lead, where recently it was only about 3,000 or 4,000. So now they're probably going to try to use this Baron buff to push down towers, and it looks like ping's going down. Maybe actually it was a blue ping going down for, yeah, so looks like they might want to target this top tower. They're grouped up around mid now, so they might go for the bot tower. So I mean, really they have a lot of options at this point. Probably want to take down the outer turrets before maybe moving to the mid inner turret, or they could just go for the mid inner turret right now, or roam around and try to search for somebody to take out. Looks like, oh, there's Xerath puts out a little Arcanal Pulse, but that's about it. So looks like they're actually gonna go for a little bit of a push down here at bot. Ash gonna clear this wave. Cassiopeia and Tarek are down here as well. Gangplank is pushing mid by himself right now, but it looks like he is going to make his way towards the bot lane. Now, over at top, we see Shen doing what he typically does, and that is split pushing. Gonna push that top lane while the rest of his team is elsewhere. And actually, the bot tower goes down without any challenge from the purple team. They're gonna just choose to defend these inner turrets. They're too scared of this Baron buff, and they know they are behind at this point. Now, Gangplank does go back, and he's going to defend this bot turret, so that turret is going to be fine. Looks like with the blue team is going to just take this dragon for free, going to put them even more ahead in gold. Now, they are going to then just turn and go for the bot turret. Looks like Shen is coming in from behind, maybe looking to push down this mid lane, or really to join back up with his team, because that would be the beneficial thing to do. Ashe is a little bit separated from the rest of his team, but he's able to catch Graves once again with that great ultimate, and he gets insta-gibbed as Graves. And now Soraka falls very quickly, and it looks like the Nautilus is in trouble. He does fall. Shen coming in and is able to take out the Taric, but looks like that is the only positive thing, as the rest of his team is taken out very quickly. And so now it looks like Shen is going to have to back off in this enemy jungle, so blue team is going to be able to push down even more. They're going to choose to push down mid lane, as it is basically the fastest way to the enemy nexus. And a little bit of wave clearing there, and then they're going to come here, and they have a little bit of time left, about 10 seconds until Nautilus comes back up, as well as Graves. Soraka is already back up, but these two are not going to be able to do much to defend this turret, especially with this blue team having Baron buff. So that is a 10k, about a little bit less than 10k gold lead. Now they're going to come in here and take some of these jungle buffs, and going to go over to the top lane and push down the top outer turret. And they're probably going to be able to take this without much of a fight either, as they're not in position and it's really low. So not going to come in time to protect it. So that is another turret down, and looks like this with this Baron buff, the blue team has taken out, I think, 3 turrets. So really helping them to both gain even more of a gold advantage, and to just take these objectives, take these towers, which will help them on, which really helps them a lot in winning this game. So at this moment, the Baron buff has run out, which means Baron will come back up in around 3 minutes from when it expired. So we'll wait for that around 38 minutes. Gameplay gonna start on this red buff. Wonder if he's going to. No, he just takes it for himself. Was wondering if he's gonna give it to Ashe, but Ashe does have the slow by himself. I mean, Gameplay does have the passive, which does slow as well, but I mean, it's good on either one of them. That parlay does apply red buff as well. And now it looks like the blue team is generally just all moving up towards top. Gangplank is over here in mid, and is going to join them now. Now we see that actually Graves has purchased a Quicksilver Sash, and that is going to be huge, because the previous fights have turned out so badly for this purple team, because the Graves has been caught by those Ashe arrows, and being stunned for 3 seconds is not a fun thing. And especially in the last fight, he was insta-gibbed, which meant that he was not able to do any damage. Nautilus coming down on that Cassiopeia. They're going to try to take her out. The taunt coming down as well, and the dredge line, and the fail flash means that Cassiopeia is taken down. The Shen taking her out, meaning he gets that extra gold. And now Shen is going to get really tanky. He has that Force of Nature, he has that Randuin's Omen, so really, and he even has the Aegis of the Legion, which is a great item, not only for its aura effect, but also for just its stats. So he's going to be tanky against both magic and physical damage. A little bit of counter jungling, or just taking those buffs, is blue team. Jack's picking up that blue buff, and looks like they're just falling back at the moment. Maybe just go back and buy and just prepare for the Baron, which should be up in about a minute, less than a minute now. Now, Jax has finished his Trinity Force, which means he's going to start doing a lot of damage. Or, I mean, he was doing a lot of damage earlier as well, but he's going to start doing even more damage, as that works excellently with his Empower and his with just his entire kit, actually. So it's going to help him out a lot. Now they're just moving towards that top area. Looks like, you know, they know around when Baron should come up. I'm gonna come around here and just check this bush and go towards the Baron area. Purple team is backing off slightly, just going back to their own jungle. Baron has spawned, so looks like both teams are going to try to make their way to the Baron pit. Actually, right now, the purple team is backing off. Two members, Shen and Soraka, have gone back. So that means blue team is going to start this Baron, and the purple team isn't able to challenge this because they don't have the people to challenge it right now. And that basically means a free Baron, and that's going to give them even more of a lead, and not to mention another another Baron buff. And now the Quicksilver Sash allows Graves to break away from that stun this time, but does take a lot of damage and is trying to get away. The Nautilus falls as well as the Xerath, and that's going to mean a lot of the blue team is just taking this fight pretty handily, as Jax picks up the final 2 kills for the double kill, and that is an ace. Looks like blue team might be able to take this game now, as they push to the end. The next person to be up is Nautilus and Soraka at 30 seconds, and this is plenty of time for the blue team to finish this up, especially with the attack speed bonus from Gangplank and the Baron buff, helping them to just do a lot of damage to these towers and now to the Nexus. So GG is going out. Good game. It was pretty close in the beginning, but after that one fight in which Ashe was able to use that Ashe arrow to catch Graves and really take that team fight, they were able to snowball from there and you know, take the Baron and, you know, take objectives, take the dragon, and take towers, which helped them to win this game, really, because they were able to control that lead and to push down more towers and just have an upper hand in future team fights. So that is the game for now. I am not sure about the schedule for rest of today, but we will be sure to bring you, or what we can. This is a tournament run by Raise Your Weapon, so it's sort of a local thing, but it was a pretty fun game to watch and was interesting to cast. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I am going to really just, I'm not sure what's going to happen next, so I think some games are still going on right now. I will just put up a little filler scene in the middle while I try to figure out what's coming up next, and I'll be sure to let you guys know, so stay tuned.
It's 2011. I say we're back, but we never left. Tsatsulow represent. They say I kill steel, but rest assured that when my ult comes down, it will be kill secured. Yo, that was pretty good, Garen. Let's see what luck can do. I've got a mean streak, ignore my portrait off from so far away, you'll think I nuked you from orbit. Ooh, I like that too, but I think we need to go harder. It's my turn. Let's kick it up a notch. Here we go. I'm royal family, mess with me and your dad. I saved the spot over my fireplace where I'll mount your head. You heard what I said. Sona, show 'em how it's done. Yeah. Haha. She's immune. What did you expect, Galio? I made a stone go ahead and attack. I'll take your whole team's damage and refund it right back. She's like a schoolyard bully. Why you hitting yourself? Best pay attention in the jungle and lane. Break the Geneva Convention with attack and humane. He's an unapologetic war criminal. Poppy goes. I'll take your focus fire, ignore your CC. I can't be stopped, don't expire. It's diplomatic immunity. Can't even be prosecuted. Good luck with that. My bones are poisoned and my damage is true. I come with single target bursts and their target is you. Go ahead and run. It's more fun that way. That's it for us. It's been a Demasian production.
The operator, she tells the time it's good for a laugh. Talk to God, dial a prayer. Are you there? Do you care? Are you there?
You don't need to talk to God, cause you can talk to me. I'm the operator of this game, and if you disagree, you could just look at some eyes, and in my stay you see a team is just notches when I tally up a killing spree. It's such an awful feeling being across a lane from me. You're the rat, I'll turn the other way and run wildly. Believing the toughest champs around with anxiety. If Sam Jackson was on a plane with me, he'd sit quietly. Got ratios like Monty Python, they're ridiculous. Can't be caught off guard, I'm too meticulous. Destruction imminent, I've weighed your chances, you should bail. You can trust my measurements, cause I'm completely covered in scales. You're all fails, I'm a high roller. I strike more often than a 300 average bowler. Incredibly deadly, my toxin destroys. And your team sucks pretty hard, maybe they can extract the poison. Another weak champ, I've beaten so many. Your kid's a joke, we're trying to pull my leg, I don't have any. Yes, it's true, but above boots anyway. Goal to burn, haven't lost a game in like 20 days. No escapes, hardly any CC, but I still win. Cause I discard attackers easier than I can shed my skin. My fangs come in twins, your chances looking thin. Share my curse with the world, this is just like original sin. There's no use trying to hide, my asthma on my side. I'm a snake in the grass, and I won't be denied. Team's out a bunch, but you know they're none of mine. I'm deadlier than a busy signal on the suicide hotline. You send your tank in, I poison and I bite 'em. I might die, but I'll come back with even more items. Noxious blast, twin fang, it's more than you could take. I come to battle deadlier more often than Solid Snake. You really don't belong at all, you're getting massacred. I got a forked tongue delivering these biting words. This game is almost over, looks like it's not long. Your team's angrier than the commenters when I post a rock song.
Talk to God, dial a prayer. Are you there? Do you care? Are you there?
Now I know it's scary wandering around up in here. You don't got no vision, and there's Udis and Warwicks and Nocturnes running around.
You got Nunus, you got Trundles, you got Shaco, couple of Shakos. You thought the jungle was neutral? It belongs to
You
us.
can't see nothing.
You can't hear nothing. You can't
smite nothing. It's the jungle, baby.
When you're up in the jungle, you need animal instincts. I'll demonstrate it. We'll show you how my primal skin thinks. Tearing it up, got them changing their pants. Got my crouching tiger, show that dragon my hidden stance. Changing forms left and right like I was a Decepticon. Press tense in the team fight, racing down the Autobahn. Not just any scrub punk, I own the honest back. Controlling the jungle, and I'm phoning you on the track.
I'm looking by the river, riding my Yeti and popping dragons like pinatas. Raining confetti, I'm creeping up on ya. About to have a tragedy, doing the slow route. Need to borrow a machete. You're nervous and sweaty, you feel you're hugging your teddy. My blood is more than cooking noodles from my eating spaghetti. Pull it up, make it hot, like the summer Serengeti. Cool you off with the snow, I'll slow you down, get you ready for the troll.
I ain't sneaky, no need for stealth. Spitting fighting creeps are crewing my wealth. Dying next to me, restoring my health. You belong on the top of my pillar of filth. I know a thing or two about pain. Come on, let me show you like a lawn after it rains. And I'm gonna know you got another thing coming. If you jump me alone, I'll redefine your contaminated zone.
Lizards and golems and dragons, oh my. The canopy's too big in here, you can't see the sky. Shattered with the bodies of champions who died. Welcome to the jungle, that's super right.
Oh yeah, this is off the chain right here. Let's get Ramus up in here. Where he at?
Yeah, where is Ramus?
I don't know, they nerfed his power ball, so he's a bit slow getting around.
Oh, there he is, coming out the side hatch. Hey, Ramus.
Yeah, what up, Ramus? You ready for this?
Okay. All right, bring it down.
Okay.
Are you gonna rap? Okay. Well, we're out of time, so we're gonna let the girl do the chorus.
Okay.
Lizards and golems and dragons, oh my. The canopy's too big in here, you can't see the sky. Shattered with the bodies of champions who died. Welcome to the jungle, super right.
I'm your brother, so like that. Get your team fight where I'm gone. But suddenly I'm right there, you're paranoid. Cause I'm turning acolyte, make you fight the candlelight. Wish you had wiggles landed right, please. Wanna kick on you at level 3. Fresh off a golem, I know you ain't expecting me. Trying to get you using all your fancy flat tricks. Fool, I'm a top bringer. Can't keep winning when I'm hot.
I got a joke for you to listen to. What's blocking smoking orange and covered in new residue. It's me coming out the jungle, laying down a gank or two. After I dab you on the tower, doing dragon feeling blue. Try to chase me down and run into my jack in the box. Duke you out your socks, hot up the block. I got you falling like the bear market stocks. The joke's on you. Did you even read the Ramseed interview?
A jungle so fast, I can do dragon on both maps. Leave you hot and cold like the water from both taps. Get you so mad, now you're typing in all caps. I'm filming this new, gonna get it all on trap. Warwick was born in the jungle, been hits and stay one. Life stealing on my own, don't need no potions. Running at you from the bushes like it's slow motion. I like it when they turn tail, it's only fun if they run.